Ladies and gentlemen, the numbers are in, and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse with Miles Morales' box office opening is the second biggest of the year. Now, what would those numbers be? Well, this article from Polygon collects it nice and neatly. Worldwide box office of $208 million, with a domestic of $120 million, absolutely decimating the live action atrocity that was The Little Mermaid. But of course, The Little Mermaid has only been out for 2 weeks, so of course it is going to dominate over most any movie that's, well, maybe not Super Mario Brothers, but for sure The Little Mermaid. So can you really judge week one versus week two? Of course not. That's why I brought up this lovely little article from Collider. Little Mermaid's opening weekend hit $163 million worldwide. Oh, that's not all that great. With a domestic of $95 million, it kind of makes you wonder about the narrative that was being pushed about people's dislike for The Little Mermaid versus Miles Morales. Like it or not, Miles Morales is a derivative character. He is secondhand Spider-Man. And that's just a fact. Does that mean people are not going to enjoy the movie? Of course not. Are people going to hate the character? Of course not. Some people will have their opinions. Lifelong Spider-Man fans, Peter Parker Spider-Man fans, are going to hold him above and beyond all other variations of the web slinger. Does that make Miles Morales any more or any less? Well, if you watch the movie, they build Miles Morales up quite a bit, and honestly, I don't have a problem with that. I just got finished watching the movie, and I absolutely loved it. It's 2 hours and 20 minutes. In theory, they could have broken everything down. I'm going to talk way more about it this Wednesday on my live stream. Join me there. Hey, come on. I'm going to plug the show. But as far as what sort of legs it's going to have to stand on, that remains to be seen. But let's see what this article from Polygon has to say. Spider-Verse is back for a second big screen entry, and there will be a third. If you haven't seen the movie yet, it is a to be continued, and oh my goodness, the cliffhanger they left it on was actually quite interesting for me. And it seems that people were very excited for the return of Miles Morales. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse took in $120 million in its opening weekend domestically, whereas The Little Mermaid only took in $95 million. Yes, I'm going to keep on beating that into the ground. And swung in with $208 million around the world, whereas The Little Mermaid, as we can see, let's go look at it again. What was it? 163. But oh my goodness, The Little Mermaid was the greatest thing since sliced bread. It was just so awesome and great and fantastic, and the world was just going to love this movie. But anyway, I'm going to get off on that tangent. I really hope I don't have to eat crow when the movie hits ends its theatrical release. We shall see. The impressive total brings Across the Spider-Verse in as the second biggest opening of the year, behind the Super Mario Brothers movies. And the reason for that probably has to do with the runtime. Mario Brothers movie was only 90 minutes, so you had more showings, more people able to see it, and more than likely people who went to it on Friday and then went on Saturday with their friends and went on Sunday. Now, granted, that's nothing that's going to stop Across the Spider-Verse from gaining those kind of legs, but the week-to-week is going to be something to pay attention to. Let's see, perhaps even more important than helping the movie open well is the fact that younger audience also give the movie impressive legs to continue making money. While Transformers Rise of the Beast is on the horizon for next week, with The Flash hot on the heels, there's little to no family fare on the calendar that could bump Spider-Verse 2 off its spot as the go-to family film at the moment. Or of the moment. With a bit of luck, the movie might even reach $384 million box office total. Oh, it's going to, I believe Across the Spider-Verse will pass the total box office for Into the Spider-Verse. With a budget of only $100 million, it stands to pass its break-even point, possibly before the end of the week. I'll say by Friday night, my prediction will be it will pass its break-even point and start making money. Break-even point being approximately 2.5 times the production budget would put it at $250 million. Already starting off at $208 million, I think that's a pretty good guess You know, so whatever Across the Spider-Verse this total box office haul is, we'll get the conclusion to the Spider-Verse trilogy with Beyond the Spider-Verse, March 29th, 2024. So we actually have less than a year to wait for the next installment. What is that, March, April, May? We are in June, so we actually have May, June, 10 months. I'm going to go with 10 months because I don't feel like looking at a calendar right now. What do you think? Have you seen Across the Spider-Verse? Do you think it was too much, too little, too long, too short? I thoroughly enjoyed it. I was legitimately looking for things to complain about, with the exception a couple of what I would consider superficial things and the Twitter army reaching, so to speak. I don't think there's too much to complain about. I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. We'll be talking about it more in a live stream, but let me know what you think in the comments. Did you see it? Are you going to see it? Are you not even going to bother with another iteration of Spider-Man, even though there's another movie coming out? Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm rambling too long. Have a good one. Bye-bye.